Hi there, I'm Brian, here for the Lincolnwood Library, and later I'll be joined by Lev. Today we're going over the devices in our Library of Things. Libraries loaning stuff beyond books isn't a new concept. Framed paintings were available for checkout from the Newark, New Jersey Public Library way back in 1904. Lincolnwood's Library of Things doesn't have framed pictures, but we'll show you most of the devices we do have, like devices for TV and video content, like Roku, digital projectors, a projector screen, and an over-the-air antenna, Wi-Fi hotspots, and Chromebook laptops, cameras like GoPros and a Canon DSLR, and their accessories, an audio recorder and microphone cable, smart home devices like an Amazon Echo Dot and a Google Chromecast, and some converters and CD drives. Let's get started. The Library of Things at Lincolnwood Library has a couple of guidelines. You've got to have your Lincolnwood Library card, of course, and you must be 18 years old. You can check the items out for 2 weeks. If no one wants it after you, you can renew them one time, and you can return the items either at our curbside station or at the Ask Us desk.
Hi, I'm Brian. And I'm Lev. And in this video, we're going to show you how to use the different items in our Library of Things collection. Let's get started with the Roku. The Roku is a device used for streaming video content from services such as Netflix, HBO Max, Amazon Prime Video, Apple TV+, Hulu, Acorn TV, Viki, and library streaming services like Canopy and Hoopla. Now we have 3 different types of Roku that have the different streaming services on each one. When you check out a Roku, each kit will come with the remote control, the Roku itself, 2 cables for plugging your device into the TV, and the power cable. To connect your Roku to the TV, you must first plug it in to the power source, and then plug it in to the HDMI input on the back or the side of your TV. Once you've done that, don't forget to change the input setting on your TV to HDMI. In order to watch the streaming video content that is available on the Roku, you will have to connect to your at-home wireless internet network. To do so, you will select Settings by scrolling down. Then you will hit Network, and then you will select Setup Connection. You will give the device a minute to find the available Wi-Fi networks, and then you will select your network that you want to connect to. In this case, we'll be connecting to the library's LPLD Wi-Fi network. I will have the network selected in white, and then hit OK on the remote. Now once you are connected to your Wi-Fi, you can just hit the home button on the remote, and it will take you back to the main browsing interface. Also be sure to be pointing the remote at the Roku, not at the TV, because that's what it's controlling. Using the arrows on the remote, you can select the service that you want to use. In this case, we will just demonstrate Netflix. Once you've selected Netflix, you can hit OK. It will take a couple of seconds sometimes to actually load the app, and then you will select who's watching. So you have an option of adult, teen, older kids, and little kids. The setting that you choose will just inform the type of content that is available to you. So I will choose adult, and then I will see the Netflix home interface where I can scroll through the various categories and select a TV show or a movie that I want to watch. Once I've found the title that I'm looking for, I will select OK on the remote, and the series or the movie will be loaded on my screen. To go back to the main menu, you can simply hit home, the home button on the remote, and it'll take you back to the main navigating menu of the Roku. If you have more questions on how to use this device, feel free to contact the library or email us directly.
This is the Lincolnwood Library's projector set. It comes with the projector, which can attach to a variety of devices and project up an image or video onto a big screen. If you're having a game night, or if you want to do a movie night outside, or if you're giving a presentation, you can check this out for 2 weeks and use it wherever you want to project your media onto a wall or onto a big screen. Comes with the power cable and a variety of accessory cables to help you connect many different devices to the projector. The power cord plugs in on the right side of the projector unit, and the input is on the opposite side. VGA, HDMI, USB, and AV and headphones. Depending on where you are using the projector, you may need to adjust the kickstand at the bottom, and you will want to adjust the focus and the angle, the keystone as well. All right, I have the projector here along with a source device ready to go. The projector is going to be best in dim environments, outside at night or in rooms with the light low or off. So first we have to set the projector up. And we'll plug in the power cable. And as soon as the power cable is plugged in, this red light appears saying that the projector has detected it is receiving power and is ready to turn on. On the remote control, you can hit the power button in the upper left, or you can hold the power button on the device itself for about 2 seconds. When the blue light comes on, that means it is turning on, and you saw that logo flash, and it is turned on. So you can adjust the height, the focus, and the angle. Then you'll want to get your source ready. So I've got this laptop here, and the laptop has an HDMI port. So plug that in. Then, with the projector, we have to select the source. There is a source button on the device itself, but the source button on the remote is easier to find. So you press source, and then you use the arrow keys to select your source. So I'm using an HDMI cable. Hit OK, and there it is. So on the laptop, I have a video.
I Am Jazz by Jessica Hertel and Jazz Jennings. I am Jazz. For as long as I can remember, my favorite color has been pink. My second favorite color.
So it projects the video up onto the wall or any screen, and it also includes speakers. You heard the nice, loud speakers. So that is how you can use the projector. When you're done with it, you'll want to make sure to power it off by holding that power button for 2 seconds. The lamp has a limited but long lifespan, so we want to preserve its hours. And if you need any more help, we have a great set of instructions that comes in the box that goes in more detail. This is the Lincolnwood Library projector screen. The Lincolnwood Library projector screen kit comes with a tripod that is the main mount, the actual screen, and 4 mounting rods, along with a set of instructions. Here's how you can set up the Lincolnwood Library projector screen kit. Take the tripod and unfurl it, place this down. The latch here opens, allowing you to raise the screen up to the height you need it. Then you close it, and you want to turn it around. Take the 4 rods with the hooks facing out, put them into the holes, and you're almost done. And there you go. You can adjust the angles of the rods to make sure that the screen is tight. And make sure to point the projector at the screen so you can watch your video on a nice surface. This is the Lincolnwood Library over-the-air antenna kit. It does not come with a television, but it comes with the necessary coaxial cable, some instructions, the actual antenna, and some suction cups to mount it. Over-the-air antennas are used to get the free TV channels that are broadcast by local providers like ABC7 and NBC5 and WGN9, kind of the 2, 5, 7, 9, 13 channels that many of us are familiar with. They are offered by cable, but they are also offered for free over-the-air streaming through an antenna, a digital signal that you can access with an antenna receiver like this. We just have to get this plugged into our television. For this to work with your television has to have a plug that is kind of very similar to this plug, the standard coaxial plug. I'll screw this in here. And then once it's pretty nice and tight, screw in on the other side. Once you have the antenna cable screwed in on both ends on the antenna itself and the television, you want to mount it somewhere high, pointing, if possible, southeast toward downtown Chicago, where most of the over-the-air antenna signals broadcast from. You can use the included suction cups if you want to use a glass window. Next, turn on your television. And you need to change the input to antenna. You also will need to scan through the channels that are available using the TV. You need to use the original remote control that came with the TV, not a Comcast or AT&T or any other cable TV provider remote. You have to use the original remote that came with the device. And you may have to go into settings or menu, and you'll have to kind of browse through these menus. A lot of them are all different. And you may need to look for something like this with a channel scan. And I am looking for over-the-air channels, and I need to do a scan. So I'll have it do a scan, and it now is actually connecting to the antenna, and it is seeing what channels it can find. The number of channels that your TV using the Lincolnwood Library over-the-air antenna can receive may vary. If you're in a low-lying area, or if you have lots of buildings nearby blocking the signal, it is literally over the air. Sometimes heavy foliage or bricks inside of a house can block the signal, and sometimes weather can even impact as well. So it detected all of my channels, and I had been on channel 5, so it stayed on channel 5. Now you can use your plus or minus buttons to navigate through the different channels. So I can try channel 2, and it doesn't receive that one, but I do receive 5. And you see that the channel numbers are a little different with the new over-the-air signals. This is channel 5.2, which is kind of a new number. So I can browse through 5.3, here's 7. Here's WGN. You can type in a number and see if it is available, but you may just need to browse through your channels. Some may not have perfect reception. That happens with over-the-air signals. So the channels you receive may be different depending on where you live in Lincolnwood and how high you are able to hang your antenna and how well it receives the signal. But this is a at least 35-mile range antenna, so it should be able to receive a lot of the local channels. You'll control your device with the standard remote that came with your television. I can do the volume, for example.
Stating that they cannot make rent due to it.
And I can change the channel. So we hope that you'll enjoy the over-the-air antenna that you can get from the Lincolnwood Library. The Lincolnwood Library Google Chromecast connects to your home Wi-Fi internet network and plugs in to a television to receive streaming media sent from a different device, basically connecting your television to the internet, making it smarter to access streaming media like Netflix and library services like Hoopla and Canopy. The kit comes with a set of instructions, but we'll show you how to set it up today. The Chromecast plugs in with HDMI and uses power from micro USB, which is included in the kit. To get started, plug the micro USB cable into the back of the Chromecast. It only goes in one direction, so don't force it. And plug the cable into power. Then you'll have to plug the HDMI into the HDMI plug, usually on the back or the side of your TV. However, I have an extension here. So I plug that in. To set up your Google Chromecast on your home network and your TV, you have to use the Google Home app, which I have here on this phone. And I'll press Set Up Chromecast in my home, and it is looking for devices, and it found it, so I'll hit Next. So to use the Google Chromecast, another device has to be on the same Wi-Fi network as you set up the Chromecast on. So I got this iPhone connected to Wi-Fi, and it asks me, is this code displayed on the screen? And the phone screen displays the same code, so I'll hit yes. And there are terms, I'll agree. I don't want to give them data. I'll just say that this device is in the attic, and now I have to pick my Wi-Fi network. So I'll pick the network and hit next, and then I have to tell it the password and press connect. And now the Chromecast is connecting to the network. So while we're waiting for that to actually use this after setup, you can use any other app basically that you stream media on. I mentioned earlier library apps, Hoopla and Canopy, along with applications like Netflix and YouTube, podcast and music applications as well. You have to find a little cast button in the player, and then that sends the content up to the screen. And now the Chromecast is connecting to the network. The Chromecast is connecting. And here we go. It asks me to link services. I don't have to do this. This is Chromecast encouraging me to use it. So I can just press no thanks a couple times, and we will be all set up to use the Chromecast. I'm going to skip the tutorial, and I'm ready to go. As soon as the Chromecast is set up successfully, you see it goes to beautiful backgrounds and it has the time and everything. You just want to go to any other app, so I'll pull up YouTube and I'll search for Lincolnwood Library. Search, and here we are. And here's one of our short videos. So the way this works, you have to basically start the video and then find in the video player the cast icon, and then press the name of the TV, whatever name you gave it. And then it will come up on the screen and play. And you can use your volume controls on both the phone and the TV. If you need to adjust volume, you can do that on the fly. You can also play and pause, and while the video is playing, you can do other things on the device, but you can pull that back up and pause it. You can use this with any app. Basically, Chromecast is one of the platforms that almost every application supports, and you can send things up without having to worry about a remote control. You just use whatever apps are already installed on your device. So we hope that you'll enjoy this library of things, Google Chromecast, which is a basic smart home device to connect your TV to the internet and send it content from a variety of sources. And you can let us know if you have any other questions about the Lincolnwood Library Google Chromecast.
The newest addition to our Library of Things collection is the Canon T7 Rebel. It's a digital camera. It comes in a kit which includes the camera itself, a small zoom lens, an SD card, the battery charger, and a case with accessories. This camera does take high-resolution photos, 24 megapixels, as well as high-resolution video, and it has Wi-Fi capabilities, meaning you're able to transfer your photos or videos using Wi-Fi to your phone, tablet, or computer. To get started, you want to make sure that the battery is properly inserted into the camera. To do so, you will open up the flap at the bottom of the camera and insert the battery into the camera. There is a little arrow, so you know which way you're inserting the battery. Once you put it in, you will hear a click, which tells you that the battery is incorrect. If the battery is not fitting properly, don't force the battery into the camera, as you may break the connection inside the body of the camera. Then you want to make sure that your SD card is also inserted into the camera. We have a 32 gigabyte SD card that is included in the kit, and the slot for it goes right above the camera. You want to make sure that it also clicks, and the same thing applies. Don't force it in if it's not going in smoothly. Once the battery and the SD card are in, you can close the compartment, and you're ready to take your photos. So you want to make sure that your lens cap is off, of course, and then on the camera, you will flip from off to on. Also, we do have a battery charger that's included. So to charge the battery, you will take the battery out of the camera by pressing the little gray lever here. You can insert the battery into the battery pack and plug it in. Once the battery is charging, you will see the charge light turn yellow. Once it's ready, it will turn green. The camera has a lot of different settings for taking photos. You may take photos in an auto or manual mode. For the full instructions, you may refer to the basic instruction manual or the quick start guide, which are both included in the kit. Don't forget to clear the SD card of all your images and videos before returning the camera back to the library. If you need more help with using the camera, or you want feedback on your photos, check out our photo club. We meet every other Wednesday on Zoom. The GoPro camera is an action camera that comes in a kit that includes a variety of different mounts. So to attach the camera to the different mounts, you want to make sure that it is in this little plastic case. So the kit comes with a mini tripod, with a heavy-duty suction cup so that you can attach this to your windshield or to any flat surface. A headband, so you can attach it around a helmet, for instance, if you're skating or biking. The other mount is the handlebar mount, so you can attach it to the handlebars of your bike. This is just a small clip mount that can be attached either to your belt or to your hat. And then just a standard flat mount that can be put on any flat surface like a table. To power on the GoPro, you want to hit the button that is on the bottom on the right-hand side and you'll just hold it until you hear the camera beep. So once the camera is on, it has a touch screen on the back, which lets you control the format you're shooting in, so whether it's photo or video, as well as it lets you see the images or videos that you have taken using the camera. To record on the camera, you will press the red button at the top, and to stop recording, you will hit the red button on the top once again. To charge the camera, you will open up the other slot, which is on the bottom left-hand side. And then you will plug in the USB cable that's also provided in the kit. Now the other end can go either into a USB port on your laptop, or if you have a little cube converter, you can plug that into the cube converter and directly into a wall outlet. You are able to check out the GoPro as a part of the kit, which includes all of the accessories, or you're able to check out the accessories individually. The Zoom H5 Handy Recorder is a digital portable audio recorder which saves all your recordings onto an SD card, which is included in the kit. To record, you can use either the microphones that are attached to the recorder, or you can use an external microphone by plugging in the XLR cable with the microphone into the bottom of the device. You were able to record in two different audio formats on this device, in WAV and MP3, in a variety of qualities within each one of those formats. To turn the recorder on, the controls are going to be on the left-hand side, and you will just turn the lever down for a few seconds until you see that the screen is turned on. You will give it a moment to load, and now you are ready to start recording. So if you're using the built-in microphones in the recorder, the volume control for the input of your mics is at the top here. If you're using an external microphone and one of these line-in options at the bottom, you will be using these knobs here. The left and the right channels pertain to the built-in microphone, while channels 1 and 2 pertain to the external microphone if you have them plugged in at the bottom. To record, you'll be hitting the big red dot, the big red button right over here. To stop recording, you'll hit it again. For playback, you have the play pause button and the stop button right here. To access the menu, you will hit the menu button, which is on the right-hand side of the device. In order to change the recording file format and quality, once you're in the menu, you can scroll down to where it says record and actually press the little wheel to select. And then the first option is record formats. You will press the wheel again. And here you can see the different file formats and quality options that you can select from by just moving the little knob up and down. Once you find the option that you are going to be recording in, you will hit it to select it, and then hit the menu button to exit the menu settings. And now you're ready to start recording.
The library has two models of Wi-Fi hotspots that are available for you to use if you need internet access on the go and otherwise don't have access to it. We have R850 hotspots and CoolPad Surf hotspots available for you to use. Either Lincolnwood Library model of hotspot charge with micro USB and come with a standard wall block charger and a car charger for charging on the go. On either model hotspot, you press and hold the power button, to turn them on or off. The R850 models include a little screen that you can press the power button repeatedly to see different information, like the network name and the password. The CoolPad Surf models do not have a screen. They just have indicators for network connection strength, the battery, and if data is being transmitted. The cases include the password information that you need to connect devices like laptops to the network that it generates. So here we have one of the R850 hotspots. I have powered it on with the power button and it's charging. On whatever device you're on, you'll have to go to your standard menu for connecting to a network and click that and find the network. This is hotspot 3, so I will press that. And I don't want it to connect automatically. Connect. And it should ask me for the password. The R850 hotspots list the password on the screen. So I'll type that in and hit next, and it will think and connect. So it's connected, and I can open up a web browser like Google Chrome, and there we go. It has pulled that data from the Wi-Fi hotspot. All right, so we've got this CoolPad Surf hotspot turned on with the power button and ready to go on your device, whether it's a laptop or a tablet or a smartphone. You'll go to your standard menu for connecting to a network. In this case, it is down here. And this hotspot is Lincolnwood Hotspot 10, so I click on it. And I do not want to connect automatically. Connect. And then I have to enter in the password. So this will be blurred out. But the password is on the little instruction sheet that comes with the CoolPad Surf hotspot. So I press next, and it will connect to the hotspot. So it's connected, and I can open up a web browser like Google Chrome and get to the internet. And here is the library's website. The Lincolnwood Library has a Chromebook in its Library of Things circulating device collection. It comes in a laptop bag and includes instructions, but I will show you how to use it as well. Comes, of course, with a charger, which plugs in the back corner. There's an HDMI plug if you want to connect it to a larger monitor, a USB plug, an SD card slot for camera memory cards, and a headphone microphone jack, and a USB plug on the other side. It has Google's Chrome operating system, which is just basically the web browser, so it's really easy to get online. This set does not come with a wireless hotspot, so you will have to supply your own Wi-Fi internet. Let's show you how the Chromebook works. I'll open it up, and the power button is in the upper right corner. And here it's coming on. Once it turns on, we will press Browse as Guest right here to log in. And it takes us directly into the web browser, but in the lower right corner, we need to connect to a Wi-Fi network. So you press on the time in the lower right corner there, and then on the network, it gives you options for networks. And if a network requires a password, it will prompt you to type that in. But for now, I'll just press on the time again, and the Wi-Fi networks again. I'm going to connect to the free LPLD Wi-Fi network. So it's connected to that network, and I can go up into the web address bar, and I could type, for example, Lincolnwood Library .org. And pull up the library website, or I could do whatever search I would like. So Chromebooks are really nice. It removes basically all the problems that people have with laptops. It gets you into the internet and lets you browse really easily. You'll just need to make sure to connect to your home Wi-Fi. In the bottom right corner, click on the time, and then click on the Wi-Fi information. When you're done, you can shut the device down in the same panel. You press there, and then press on the shutdown icon, and it shuts down for you. So that is the library Chromecast laptop. If your laptop is not working, or if you need an extra one for any reason, you can check this out from the library for 2 weeks. This is the library's Chromebook and Wi-Fi Hotspot Kit. It comes in a laptop bag with both the Chromebook and its charger cable, and the Wi-Fi hotspot and its charger cable. It has a set of instructions, but I am going to show you how to use them both. I turned the hotspot on off camera with its power button, and the Chromebook off camera with its power button as well. On the Chromebook, I go to Browse as Guest, and it logs me in. Then, in the lower right corner, I press on the time, and the Wi-Fi network and then the network we are looking for is Lincolnwood Chromebook 1. And it's already been set up to use this network, so you don't even have to enter the password. But if it, for some reason, forgets that password, the password is in the instruction book. So you would simply type that in, and then the Chromebook would be ready to go. So just like before, you've got your web browser, and you can use it to search for things. For example, Lincolnwood News, I'll say, see what's going on in the area. So you can supply your internet connection and the device that browses the internet with the Lincolnwood Library Chromebook and Wi-Fi hotspot. Lincolnwood Library has a standard CD DVD drive in our library of things. It looks like this. It comes in a pack, and it has an instruction sheet and the unit itself with its data and power plug in the back, and the tray opening button in the front, along with a standard USB cable. To use this, you'll plug in the data cable to the back of the CD drive, and plug it into your computer. This drive works with CDs and DVDs. It does not work with Blu-rays. It works with basically any computer. You will have to use your file system on PCs and Macs to access the content. Once you have it plugged in, you have to press the button to eject the tray. It is a slot loading, so you have to pull it out. I've got a music CD here that I'll insert. You hear that nice snap? You want that to make sure the disc is fully in, and then close the tray. In the File Explorer, I see the disc, and I can double click it to open it up. And it starts playing. There are multiple different ways to eject your discs, the easiest of which, if your disc is not playing or not being written to, is to simply press the button on the front of the disk drive. So this works with CDs. It also works with DVDs. Inserting them works the same. You want to hear the nice click, then close them, and the computer will recognize the disc and think. And then you can double click to open it. And it will open in an appropriate program. For music and CDs, there's a great free program called VLC if you don't have one on your computer. So it pulled up this disc, and I could hit play. And just like that, I'm playing this DVD. But I will close it and exit out. Again, I can click the button on the disk drive to eject the DVD. Finally, you can also use blank CDs and DVDs with the library CD and DVD drive. This is a blank CD, which I can insert into the drive and close the drive, and the computer will recognize it. It recognizes that, unlike the filled media that I demonstrated, the CD disk is empty, and it recognizes how much storage space it has. So I can click on it, and it will start the process of burning a disk. You'll have to load files, give the disk a name, and burn it. Burning usually takes a little while. For now, I'll hit cancel. And if you have any questions about this, Lincolnwood residents who have library cards and are eligible to check out Library of Things can also sign up for one-on-one technology help appointments with librarians like me, so we can help you learn how to use this kind of thing more.
The Kodak Scanza is a really convenient way of scanning your slides or film negatives directly onto an SD card without the use of a computer. To get started, you first want to plug in the Kodak Scanza into a power outlet and make sure it's plugged in the back, and then press down and hold the power button just for a couple of seconds for the device to power on. Just give it a moment and it will take you to the home screen where we will select the media that we're going to be scanning. In this case, it's going to be just a regular slide. So I'm going to hit Settings, and under Film Type, I will hit Select, and I will select Slide and my slide size. So for every media, you will have to go through this process of selecting the exact size of the media you're scanning in order for the Kodak Scanza to tell you what tray you will be using. So in this case, I will be using tray number 1, and you can tell because it is kind of engraved in there. I will hit Save and Exit. I will select Capture, Then I will insert my slide into the tray and insert it here. Once I see my image on the screen, I will simply hit the camera button. And that's it. And we've scanned the photo. So now we can make sure that it is on the SD card by hitting home. We can hit gallery. And then you can see that the image I scanned has been saved onto the SD card. The Wolverine film to digital converter allows you to convert 8 or Super 8 millimeter film into a digital format. So before you get started with the converting, you will have to make sure that your original film is properly threaded on the device. So to properly thread your film onto the Wolverine, you will follow the white line that shows you the right way that your film will be going. So you'll attach your original here and make sure the sprocket holes are facing out towards you. And just by following the white line, you will thread your film. And then you'll make sure that it is properly inserted into the empty reel. And there is a little slot that tells you where the film will go. And for it to be secure in there, you can just give it a rotation or two, and then it is properly inserted. At the bottom here, you will select whether your film is 8mm or Super 8. So we are using 8mm film for this demonstration. So once I have that all set up, I will also be sure to close this little flap here. And your film is properly inserted and ready to be converted. Once the film is properly threaded, you are ready to start converting. You will hit the power button on the panel, wait for the Wolverine to power up, hit the menu button, select record by entering enter. Make sure that you have selected the correct film. In this case, this is 8mm, and hit enter. And now the film has started converting, and it will be converting to an SD card that is plugged in the back. So once your film is done converting, you can just plug in your SD card into your computer and watch the digital file that's been created. So Lincolnwood residents can check out these Library of Things items we talked about in this video.
You can go to our website, click on catalog, and then search for the name of the thing to see if they're available or to place one on hold. And we hope they work well to help you out.
You can reach out to us at 847-677-5277 or infoservices@lincolnwoodlibrary.org if you have any questions.
Thanks for watching. So I've got the power cable, which I will plug in and plug that cable, of course, into power. Okay, we're doing this again. Finally, you can also use blank discs on your computer with the library CD DVD drive. This is a blank CD.
Netflix, HBO Max, Apple, it went away.
It's okay.